The third way of interacting in Spanish would be by using the indirect object pronoun. The indirect object pronoun usually means in English two or for, okay, and then you can apply to one person. So if I want to say to me or for me, I would be saying te, me, sorry. And if you want to say to you or for you, you would say te, to him or for him, or to her or for her, you would say le, and so on. This is for us, this is for you plural in Spain, this is for you plural and they. Okay, so how are we going to use this? We're going to use it also with the verb ir. And the interesting thing about the indirect object pronoun is that we can also use literally to me, to you, to him, to her, to you plural, you formal, to us, to you plural, to you plural again, to they, okay? Or to them, actually. So what I'm going to say is literally a me, to me, to me again, va bien en la escuela. A mí me va bien en la escuela. This actually means to me goes well in the school. So what I'm doing here is I'm conjugating the verb according to school because school, la escuela, is the subject of the verb. And this is something really important that we have to take into account because before, in the regular way and also in the reflexive way, the subject would come first and then the object at the end, right? But here, with the indirect object pronoun, the object comes first. In this case, it's me, so I am being affected by the school, and the school says goes well, and then the school will be at the very end. So this is something really important because we're changing the order, okay, of the object and the subject. We're always going to start off with the object and then we're going to continue with the verb and then go to the subject, okay? So indirect object pronoun is commonly used when we are affected by someone or something, okay? And if we affect people also, okay, we can also say te, for example. If school is going well to you, I'm not going to say a me, I'm going to say a ti, to you. And remember, this is optional. Okay, I can either say a ti te va bien en la escuela or te va bien en la escuela. What I'm saying here is to you goes well in the school. If, for example, we start interacting with people, and I'm going to use for that the verb limpiar. Limpiar is the verb for cleaning in Spanish. Limpiar. Let's say I'm affecting him, so I'm gonna say I cleaned the house for him. Okay. So if I want to say for him, I'm gonna use a él, taking it from here. A él. Then I'm gonna use the pronoun for him, which would be le. A él, le. And then I'm gonna conjugate the verb according to me because I am doing the cleaning. So I'm cleaning. A él le limpio. So I'm gonna write the thing I'm cleaning. La casa. So here, even though I'm not saying yo at the end, it is already implied in the verb. So I am cleaning the house for him. So in Spanish, we would think like this. For him, I clean the house. Okay? This is actually really interesting because I can not only say for him I clean the house, but I can also imply possession of the house. Who you think this house belongs to? Actually belongs to him. So if I also want to say for him I clean the house, that was the original meaning. But if I also want to say I clean his house, I would be saying exactly the same thing, the same sentence. I would be saying a él le limpio la casa. And this is something really important that in real Spanish happens a lot. Okay, people talk like this. They imply the possession, or they imply that for him they're cleaning the house, or if you want to say cuidar, for example, to take care or to watch over someone or something. Let's say instead of a él, I'm going to use a ella. So I want to say for her, I clean, um, for her, I take care of the baby. I take care of the baby for her. So I'm going to say a ella le, I'm going to use again the same pronoun. Cuido el bebé. So here I'm saying for her, I take care of the baby. But this also means I take care of her baby. Okay? So I'm affecting her by using the indirect object pronoun. Why am I using the indirect object pronoun? Because I'm affecting her in an indirect way. I'm not taking care of her. I'm taking care of the baby. Okay? So she is affected in an indirect way. Okay? I'll give you an example. For example, I'm going to use the verb comprar, to buy. So remember, indirect object pronoun means to or for. Okay? So let's say I want to say, for you, I buy a book. Okay? So I'm going to say, a ti, te, I'm going to use te because it's a pronoun for you, compro un libro. I'm buying a book for you. Or I buy a book for you. Okay? In this case, I'm not saying that this book belongs to you or something like that, because I'm using the verb comprar, so it doesn't really make any sense. I'm buying the book for you, I'm not buying your book or something like that. I'm just affecting you in the sense that I'm buying a book, that's all. Okay, so as you can see, it really depends on the verb, and what you need to do is to try it out, different options, different verbs, and try to see how they work. Okay, and as you can remember, um, if you can use the same verb by trying different options, the regular way, the reflexive way, and then the indirect object way, um, but they have to make sense. You know what I mean? That's why I didn't write down before a mí me va a Buenos Aires or something like that, because it wouldn't make any sense. Okay, it has to affect me in a way that it makes sense. Okay, so you can check that with your teacher and review and see what are the best options to use verbs, and see if indirect object works for you. Most of the time it will, because whenever you affect people or whenever they affect you, and if there is any type of interaction, you always need to use the indirect object pronoun, but that really depends on what you want to say. Okay, so let's go to the fourth option.